Hello, process improvers. Today I'm going to talk all about the origins of continuous improvement. And you might be surprised to hear me say, I think the history of continuous improvement as we currently teach it is bullshit. I know, but it's my opinion. And we're going to talk more about that and the origins of continuous improvement today. Welcome to Unstuck. This is my weekly series where we explore the challenges of continuous improvement and how to get your teams unstuck so that they can find success today and into the future. My name is Amanda Zimmerman, and I am a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt. I've had the opportunity to teach and learn all over the world continuous improvement tools and techniques that I want to talk more about today and that I want to break down as we go through this series. So let's talk about the origins of continuous improvement. I know what I learned and what I teach is generally we go through Henry Ford and being the father of the assembly line in modern manufacturing. We talk about Toyota and how they made the tool set flexible and adaptable to customer demand. And then in 1986, Bill Smith created the term Six Sigma or developed the term Six Sigma until Jack Welch found out about it and he took it to GE and saved billions of dollars. And today we combine these Lean and Six Sigma methodologies into continuous improvement or process improvement tools. Now, in my opinion, and from what I've seen with different people all over the world, is this is kind of bullshit. It's kind of not exactly the way that I would think about the origins of continuous improvement. So let's think back, and we're going to go way back. So in 450 BC, the Romans were already building a sophisticated road system all across Europe. Over the next 2,000 years, or for the 2,000 years of Roman rule, they created laws that standardized the size of the roads. They created way stations so people could swap horses and move more quickly along these roads. They created maintenance programs so that people could make sure that those roads stayed passable. The other things that they did are things like putting milestone markers every 1,000 paces. Now, we could call these signboards, and we could even translate that into Japanese and call them kanban. Right? So we look back in history in these ancient civilizations, in each and every one, we see ways that they've identified work, that they've identified the things they want to do to achieve a particular goal, and they found efficient ways to do them. And over time, they've found incremental improvement to make them better and better and better. And even the Romans building these roads became flexible and adaptable to the changes in the different areas that they were in, the different environments they had to build in. They learned from the people there how to build the roads more efficiently. And so throughout human history, we've been improving. Year in and year out, what I see when people come into my classroom is that they say, oh, this is, I don't know these teachings from Deming. I don't know the Toyota way. I don't know the goal. So how do I become a continuous improvement professional? But as we talk, we see that all through their lives, they've done things that have improved the way they work. Even when we go to the grocery store, we make a list so that we don't come home without the items. We don't have a defect where we come home and then we have to return back. We wait in a line and say, oh, this line is too long, and we move to a shorter one, right? Aren't those each examples of how we've eliminated or reduced waste in our lives? We may also say, hey, I want to buy better quality products, or I want to follow a recipe to more specific standards so that I create the dish that's going to be optimal deliciousness for my family, right? All of these are ways that we, just as people, implement continuous improvement in our daily lives. And so I'm adamant that there are limitless pathways to improvement, right? That while we talk about this history of continuous improvement, or the origins of continuous improvement is how I talked about it today, we really have that origin within each and every one of us. So the origins of CI are within each and every one of us, not just those that created this common language, this canon for us, with the Deming and the Shigeo Shingos and the Bill Smiths and the Jack Welch. So today I do want to give a shout out as we talk about next week. What we're going to be going into in a little bit more detail is the human physiology. So what is it about being human that predisposes us to be curious, to look for improvement, to identify improvement, because there's certainly something within us where we are always looking to how we can improve. Now, if you have a CI program out there that's really successful that you're willing to share and talk about, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm talking to different people so that I can bring this together as we go on and explore these topics in more detail. Big shout out to Trish Wilson this week and Anne Fruin. Really appreciated those chats. Anne had some really good things to say about the importance of being distinct with our different programs, being very clear about the differences between our programs and how we use them in our businesses. And this is something I hope to explore in a few weeks. So really cool conversation with her. And a shout out to Lean Portland that's putting on their unconference in December. If you're not on their mailing list, check them out on LinkedIn. Big shout out to Maria, Britt, and Dominic as we chatted about that. And Dominic and I are going to shortly be recording another Squishy Lean session. So check that podcast out. Thank you and have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week.